You wake up and check your calendar, 3 meetings. 2 of them have no agenda. The third is a sync with someone you've never met. You open your laptop, Slack is quiet, not dead, just quiet. The kind of quiet where you start wondering if everyone else is in a channel you're not invited to. You check your email, nothing that needs you. You check your project management tool, your name is on 3 tickets, all of them blocked by someone who hasn't responded in 11 days. This is not paranoia. This is the architecture of the quiet firing, and it has been rebuilt for the age of artificial intelligence. You're not unemployed. That's the trick. You still have the title. You still get the paycheck for now, but the work has been evaporated, not eliminated, not automated, just reassigned, spread across contractors who don't ask questions, absorbed by tools that don't need sleep, delegated to colleagues who stopped copying you 3 weeks ago. The company didn't announce layoffs because they didn't need to. They simply stopped feeding you work and waited for gravity to do the rest. Your assumptions are spot on. That feeling of the ground shifting beneath your desk chair. The Bureau of Labor Statistics won't capture this for another 18 months. By then, you'll have already updated your LinkedIn to open to work, or convinced yourself this is just a slow quarter. Here's the mechanism. In 2023, a Microsoft subsidiary called Nuance laid off 600 transcription workers. The press release said AI integration. The workers said they were training the AI that replaced them. But that's the obvious version. The quiet version is happening in marketing departments where one person now runs 4 AI content tools that used to be a team of 7. It's happening in legal review where contract analysis that took 40 hours now takes 4. And nobody told the 36-year-old associate that her billable hours just became mathematically indefensible. It's happening in customer service where AI-assisted workflows means the algorithm handles the conversation until the human is needed. And the human is needed less every quarter. The contract clause you never read, the one in your employment agreement about evolving job responsibilities and technological adaptation. That's the architecture. It doesn't say they can fire you. It says they can change what you do until what you do doesn't exist anymore. And because you agree to adapt to new tools, you agree to compete with them, not alongside them, against them. The tax isn't just the paycheck. It's the slow erosion of your professional identity. You used to be the person who solved the hard problems. Now you're the person who monitors the tool that solves them. The difference is existential. One is craft, the other is surveillance. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus was a financial analyst at a mid-sized logistics company in Nashville, promoted twice, known for the color-coded spreadsheets that executives actually opened. In January 2026, his company licensed an AI forecasting platform. But by March, the platform was generating reports that used to take Marcus 3 days. By April, Marcus was asked to validate the AI's outputs. By May, he was in meetings where the AI's predictions were presented as fact, and his validation was a rubber stamp he wasn't sure anyone read. Last Tuesday, he got an email. Performance review. Needs to demonstrate more proactive value creation. Marcus is 41. His mortgage is 28 years remaining. His daughter starts high school in August. And let it be known, he's not lazy or resistant to change. He's simply watching his expertise be liquefied and poured into a dashboard he doesn't control. He is the prototype. The quiet firing doesn't discriminate by industry because it isn't about industry. It's about the translation of human judgment into data points that algorithms can approximate. The tax on Marcus isn't just financial, it's temporal. He spends his days waiting for work that doesn't come, filling the silence with online courses he suspects are obsolete before he finishes them, updating a resume that describes skills that no longer exist in the form he learned them. He is professionally haunted, and the haunting is intentional. The company doesn't want to fire Marcus. Firing Marcus means severance, means unemployment claims, means a story he might tell. They want Marcus to become so professionally irrelevant inside his own job that he leaves voluntarily, that he pursues other opportunities, that he wasn't a culture fit for the new direction. The architecture is designed for his dignity to do the work that HR legally cannot. Zoom out. Where else is this happening? In education, where adjunct professors are augmented by AI grading tools that eventually replace the need for their expertise. In journalism, where AI-generated first drafts reduce the number of reporting hours that can be billed. In healthcare, where diagnostic AI doesn't replace doctors yet, but it replaces the confidence patients have in human judgment, which eventually replaces the doctor's confidence in themselves. The pattern is always the same. The tool arrives as assistance. It graduates to oversight. It matures into replacement. And at every stage, the human is told they are being freed up for higher value work. Work that mysteriously never materializes, or work that requires skills the company never pays to develop. And don't miss the moment of your own realization. The one that happens in your car or your kitchen or the 30 seconds before you fall asleep. You realize you've stopped trusting your own judgment. The AI gives you a forecast and you don't disagree with it. You simply don't know if you would, because you haven't done the math yourself in months. You used to know when a number felt wrong. Now you wait for the algorithm to tell you. You have been slowly, politely, expensively de-skilled. And the company didn't have to fire you. You fired yourself by forgetting what you knew. That's the deeper tax, not the job or the craft. The accumulated 10,000 hours of pattern recognition that made you valuable. You traded it for efficiency, and efficiency doesn't need you back. The clarity is this. There are 3 questions that will tell you if you're being quiet fired right now, and you need to ask them before your next performance review. Because once those words go in the file, the architecture has already won. Question 1, is the work I'm doing today harder or easier than the work I was doing 2 years ago? If it's easier, you're not being promoted. You're being made redundant in slow motion. Question 2, am I learning something that isn't tool dependent? If every new skill you acquire is about operating someone else's platform, you don't have skills. You have subscriptions. Question 3, if this company disappeared tomorrow, what would I know how to do that someone would pay me for? Not what title would I apply for? What work could I perform? If the answer requires the company's tools, the company's data, or the company's permission, you don't have a career. You have a hostage situation. The opt-out isn't dramatic. It isn't quitting in a blaze of righteous fury. It's the quiet daily discipline of maintaining craft outside the system that wants to replace it. It's doing the math once a week to keep the pattern recognition alive. It's building something. Anything that doesn't require the company's infrastructure. It's talking to people in your industry who aren't your coworkers, so you know what the market actually values. It's the radical act of remaining employable on purpose in a system designed to make your employment feel inevitable until it isn't. Marcus is updating his spreadsheet tonight, not the color-coded one for the executives, a different one. Skills he actually has, contacts who know his work, not his title. Projects he could start tomorrow if the loading spinner on his laptop finally stops spinning and nobody notices. He's not angry or panicking because now he's grieved, resolved, and is finally clear. The company didn't take his job. They just stopped pretending they needed the part of him that wasn't already in the machine. And the part that remains, the judgment, the skepticism, the quiet refusal to let an algorithm tell him what a number should feel like, that's the part they're about to discover is not for sale. The door is open now, not because anyone held it for him, because he finally saw that it was never locked. It was just painted the same color as the wall. And he had been sitting in the corner so long, he forgot to look for the frame. Until next time.